Hey everyone, it's Nightwatch N8. Yes, that's my computer. It's getting old, rickety, noisy, a lot like myself. It's been a while since I thought I'd check in from the trailer out here on the property. I used to do these like morning sips or something like that. I think I used to call them, over a cup of coffee. Well, you know what? Still got my coffee. And the old tea bag method. Drinking decaf lately because I guess I don't really have an excuse not to because they make such good decaf these days. Some of these local places like Dark Heart is one of the ones that I've been drinking lately. It's pretty decent. I love them. So yeah, sorry for all the noise. That's literally my laptop cooling fan that I haven't changed yet. I ordered one a while back, but I lost it. Yeah, it's the story of my life, right? This close, and then it all comes falling apart. So what a wild, crazy time in which to live, right, guys? Like all the insanity right now, just kind of adding up, just kind of compiling, right? Um, it just draws my mind back to prophecy, Bible prophecy, in these first final hours. That's the way I see it. Anyway, as a Bible-believing Christian. And like I've said before, I don't know how you can be anything other than, if you call yourself a Christian, a Bible-believing Christian, right? But how few of us actually read the good book these days, and I think that's a massive problem with our culture. That's insane. I just watched a interview with Peter Schiff, of all people, on the coming economic problems we face world over. And I thought he made a pretty interesting statement about how it's all the wrong people that are having kids. Not that, we need any governments institute who can and who can have kids, like China, one-child policy or something like that. It was an epic failure, as they now have too few people in the workforce. No, he talked about how all the people in government welfare, and all the people that aren't working, that don't have a good work ethic, are having all the kids, and they're given every incentive by the government to have more kids, right? This computer. Yeah, they're given every incentive because the more kids you have, the more money you get from the government, right? And it's all the people that are hardworking, typically, as Peter Schiff put it, more intelligent, multifamily households, both working, both being, productive in life. It's usually those type of people who aren't having any kids because they don't have time, right? Those people don't have time to have kids. The responsible ones, the ones that actually work for a living. And they have so much expenses that, who wants more expenses? Who wants more trouble, right? Both people have a job, and that's a career they're working towards. So, and how this compounding problem adds up, right? Generation after generation, and it's this poison spoon-fed method of government care, right? And creating a population of dependent babies, basically, who, God forbid, we ever scale down government because they're so reliant on government for their every need. Because we're no longer individualists, right? And it's a long process, and it's all by design, is the way I see it. to turn this nation into this nation that was once just carved out by rugged individualists who didn't need help from anybody, right? They didn't need help from anybody. They carved out, yes, they carved out civilization in this vast, empty continents. Okay, there were tribes, but there was not any real concrete framework of civilization. Okay, nomadic people, hunters and gatherers, they're not, it's not real civilization. And all those that complain about what's been done to the indigenous people, well, how many of you are living true to your words? How many of you are willing to embrace the indigenous lifestyle? And I've met some of these people who are natives. And, they sure love their cars, don't they? Sure love their money. And they'll be, quicker than anybody to seize on somebody else's land if given the opportunity. To be just as much the white man as they bitch and moan and complain about each and every day. Look in the mirror. That's the biggest problem with a lot of people in this country is we're so quick to play the victim and criticize others and blame others for our difficulties in life, our struggles, our lacking. But you know what? Each and every one of us has the capacity, the capability. If you have 4 limbs, you have 3 limbs, right? If you're able to take on any kind of job, you have the ability to improve your standard of living. It's that easy. And so in the end, you alone are the one to blame for not bettering your lifestyle. And I'm preaching myself as well, guys, okay? I'm not like the epitome of like, what was it? Peter Schiff brought up how many people are working 2 full-time jobs. And at my age, some of the people made comments about all my gray in that last video. Yes, I'm getting up there, guys. Yes, I'm getting up there. And at my age, and with my recent health problems, I can't imagine working 2 full-time jobs. Those people are killing it, right? I mean, I can't imagine. They must be bringing in some really good income, right? And they have that drive. And I've struggled with this in my lifetime. I've been a creative person. I used to be a painter, a starving artist and all that. And I've struggled with having enough desire to really make money. Because it's not so much money that I crave, right? I love freedom. And unfortunately, or fortunately, however you want to look at it, it takes work, right? Freedom isn't free. If you want to buy yourself some freedom, some land, a home, it takes hard work. It's not going to just be given to you. This government, sure as hell, is not just going to give it to you, right? They'll give you just enough subsistence income, food cards, whatever, to keep you alive. But that's it. And they'll make sure that your life is as short as possible with their government healthcare, right? Death care. Because, some of these indigenous people, some of these lower income, some of these minorities get, and I've seen this firsthand with the minorities or natives that I've known, they get the worst, especially during COVID, they get the worst care out of these hospitals. Now, is that loving government taking care of the most vulnerable in society, or is that all by design? Because these people can't financially defend themselves, right? If they're injured by any kind of medical procedure, it's pretty likely that they'll never be able to fight it in court or afford a lawyer to get any money out of anybody responsible for said medical experimentation. All by design. And this is where, the serpent that you keep as a pet, that's a poisonous serpent, that you think is your friend, right? Like the old Trump speech. serpent asks for help, and you help the serpent, and the serpent bites you in return, because a serpent only knows what comes natural to a serpent: to bite its prey, kill it, and consume it. And when you realize prophetically that this government is controlled by the serpent, the devil, the dragon, it only makes sense, right? Two serpents on the staff medical system does not care for you, does not want the best for you, does not want to extend your life. Bill Gates and his injections, so concerned about population in Africa, while at the same time so concerned about their health. They don't care for you guys. Anyway, this laptop's driving me insane. It's probably driving you insane too. It's probably way louder on my mic. So I'm going to call it for today. Thanks everybody for sticking with me throughout the years. It's only been a few years so far. And, my channel's been heavily shadow banned, and, it's by and large part that I started up right during the COVID craze, and I couldn't keep my mouth shut, basically, because that's just how I am. And the more I get shadow banned, the more I get blocked, the more I get deplatformed, video striked, the more impassioned I guess I get for opening my big mouth and saying what I believe to be true. And hopefully some of you value that. And again, we only have so much time on this earth, and man, time is one of the things that you cannot buy with money, and I realize that. And everything takes time, including these videos. So just God bless everybody for all your support, just your likes, shares, watches, the occasional cup of coffee, whatever it takes. I appreciate that with all of my mind, all of my heart, because it just encourages me to not give up, And I'm pretty stubborn. I'm pretty thick-headed, I guess, and stiff-necked, as they call them in the Bible. Hebrew people. I'm not one to give up easily, and so I'll keep up this fight as long as I have breath. Could use a new computer, though, if you haven't noticed. Anyway, God bless everybody. Just checking in again. If you're all having a good weekend. I'm going to shut it off now before you go insane by the sound of my cooling fan. Anyway, God bless. Nightwatch N8, signing out.